Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fish Tank. It's tournament time, it's grand final time. Now, if you're not aware, if you haven't seen the semi-finals, then look away now. We'll put links in the description. Go check those out before you watch this match so you don't see any spoilers. Right, without any further ado, grand final. It's Fishbowl Brawl, it's 1v1, it's Dark Crow against Silco. Remember, these Fishbowl Brawls are my 1v1 and 2v2 play over time events that we have each month. They're open to everyone, so if you're interested in getting involved, regardless of your ability, check out the links wherever you can find them. So, grand final today, it's going to be best of 5. We're going to have conquest rules where you cannot play a master after you've won with that master. Now, of course, the players have their ban powers. Now, the players can ban 1 master and 3 cards. That prevents their opponent from playing those, and of course their opponent has that power back against them. As we can see here, both of the players banning Morelia, probably the strongest master right now. Both players banning rapid response reserves. Arguably the strongest card right now. Definitely a very, very highly played card in my leaderboard analysis. Or the highest played card. We've also got Dark Crow banning Bounce Breed Flingers, Pretty Standard, and Cage Prowler. And Silco also banning Cage Prowler, and this time banning Shield Captain Avea. So nothing particularly shocking by those bans. So that's what they can't play. Let's dive in and see what they do play. Right, it's the grand final. Game 1, Dark Crow against Silco. Right, Wrecked against Valorian. Dark Crow playing Azali. Those Blood Imps getting very punished there. We've got a Stout Heart deck from Silco. Just be careful here. Oh, that Arcanist killing that Reboomer is huge. Perk 1 already for Silco. Good removal. Gets the Revelry there on the Woodsman. It's the Rage. Okay, this is kind of a scary looking push. Chain Lightning puts an end to it. Well, to some of it anyway. Removing the Arcanist is helpful because he can use these little units to tank and DPS. So Dark Crow playing Azali and Mana Puff Madness. We know that's the kind of thing that can get out of control if the opponent doesn't handle it correctly. But if you play it and don't handle it correctly, it can also get out of control for you in a bad way. Right, Reboomer in the pocket. It's going to instantly get removed. Okay. Urklaw gets that Berserker Rage. Going kind of ham. Has re-aggroed away from face, which is probably good for Dark Crow. That's a lot of face damage coming out, though. But here comes the counter push. Cleaver is going to just survive. Didn't actually hit the Arcanist. Something behind it killed it. It looked like it hit it, but it carried on running. Both players have done huge amounts of damage so far. Azali is out. Azali's going to need support. Mana Puff Madness is played. Who's going to get the better of it? Okay, the Puffs at the top are going to die pretty quickly. Okay, so both teams have 2 Puffs. The Puffs at the bottom are shielded, but the Blood Imps are going to shut that down. Needs to be careful, though, because that's a Reboomer on those Blood Imps. That's going to be very painful. Not entirely sure what happened there. The Black Hole just to delay things, I think, from Dark Crow. But Dark Crow takes the game. 1 game to 0. And that's the punishment of Blood Imps. Okay, let's go straight into game number 2. It's a Diona mirror match. Both players playing the rarest skin. Doesn't look so rare when they both have them, but that's the Dynasty Diona. Only available to tournament winners. Here we go. So it's a Scrat deck again from Dark Crow. Silco is playing Empyrean. Right, Shield Guard. That's going to be a little bit annoying here for Dark Crow. They're just going to flick around. Now, we got the taunt on the shield guard there, so all we're going to see is that Zeppelin Bomber just chilling over the top of it until it dies. Okay, it goes down. And that's a quite healthy shield guard of light to push through there at the bottom. Always interesting to see Diona against Diona. The matchup of who can do their traps better a lot of the times. That shield guard is lasting for a decent while. That's some decent face damage. Little XP lead for Silco to start with here. But we know Darkrow's deck's about making these big pushes. Silco's too. Right, pushing on different lanes. I think Silco's thought, I've done a lot of damage here. I'm just going to try to push in and do more. That trap doing a great job on Zip. Zip's not going to go down though. What can this Reconator achieve? Darkrow down to under 1200 HP to start with here. Reconator's taken a while to die. It might even explode as well. This is going to level things up a little bit. Just explodes at the end there. Silco's still got 2000 HP and an XP lead. Ruffles grabs some mana as well. That's nice. Just trying to get some things in front of Zip Zapnator there. Zapnator does go down. Right, Ardera will clear these scrats very quickly, but of course she does that self-damage, so she eventually will succumb to her own damage. Okay, she's clearing everything though. That's nicely done. He can heal her. Right. Ruffles passing in the night. Push on both lanes from Silco. This is going to be difficult. Look at that DPS. Ardera does 60 DPS, the same as a Cleaver. Absolutely shredding that Reconator. This is going to be really difficult. She's going to go down, drops the shield. Doesn't really do too much. But this is going to be damage on the face. The Chain Lightning comes in. The Bats comes in. And I think Silco's going to level this up at 1 game all. Game on. Okay, game 3. King Puff against Wrecked. This grand final is poised at 1 game all. Who can take the lead? Let's find out. Got some pinging going on, maybe some emoting. Right. Not many players play King Puff, especially in solos, especially at the highest level. Darkrow is definitely one of those. Silco looks like he's playing the same deck. Empyrean. Right, Ardera's spawned in the pocket, but it's going to get DPS'd immediately by these scrats. Followed up by the Chain Lightning. Doesn't hit the Ardera. That's kind of frustrating. And he does have the chance to heal the Ardera, so that's going to be a little bit of frustration from Darkrow. Did he get unlucky there? Was he just a little bit lazy with the targeting? Bit of both. Oh, the bridge switch. Ardera just surviving for a little bit. Gets a good shield off, plus the rage. That's some good DPS coming out. And that shield guard not lasting too long at all at the top. Right, it goes down. Silco will be pretty disappointed with how quickly it melded there. Actually, I think that was Darkrow's shield guard. I think they're both playing shield guard. It's confusing. Right, Chain Lightning keeps the Reboomer at bay. Okay, Tranquil She-Hell's going to heal a little bit here. XP lead for Silco there. Tranquil's still alive. It's going to start healing again. Trying to keep the Tranquil alive, but the knockback, unfortunately, with the Shield Guard of Light, pushed the back line behind the Tranquil, and the Tranquil did, unfortunately, die. This is all gonna be about King Puff's perk 3, I think. 65 against 100 XP. Silco's got a massive XP lead at the moment. Giant growth on the Tranquil. 25% more health and damage. Okay, uses the Glens Brew. That's the Glens Brew that he got from his perk 2. Right, Bree Boomer's going to come in here and kill almost everything. Doesn't quite kill the Shield Guard. Kind of annoying. But it will die very soon. You get a bit of value out of it, though, before it goes down. That Chain Lightning, really nice. And that looked like an interaction where Silco's Shield Guard was just going to die without any value, but it almost killed the other Shield Guard. Right, perk 3 for Silco. In a very strong position right now. We know King Puff's perk 3 is going to be strong, but it's a long way away. Okay, extra Night Puffs there from perk 2. Okay, that's a nice Chain Lightning, clearing almost everything at the bottom there. This does feel like Silco's in a very, very strong position. Oof. Silco's Shield Guard dying a little bit. Well, not dying, but almost dying. Okay, it's going to heal now. This is going to be big. Right, perk 3 available for King Puff. Can the Night Puffs change anything? Those Blood Imps, he needs to be careful with those. Silco getting a really good push on at the moment. Nice shields coming from the Squire Puff as well. Okay, we're going to see some Night Puffs generated on the bridge here. Let's see what he can do. Scrotillery comes in. Okay, gets a nice proc from the Ardera. Those Divine Shields really helping out, keeping those Legionnaires alive. They are, of course, raged as well, so they're clearing up a lot. Silco's only 20 XP away from his Mana Frenzy. Darkrow's nearly 40, well, just over 45 away. I think Darkrow's stronger at this point of the match than Silco is, but the XP's really going to count against him. Both players pretty low HP as well, so they do need to be careful. And these Night Puffs will put a hurting on face. Chain Lightning is going to come in, but of course most of them are shielded, so Chain's not going to do too much. Darkrow's going to take this. Silco with a massive XP lead, but it doesn't turn into a victory. Okay, Darkrow makes it 2-1 in this best of 5, so he's almost there. Right, is Darkrow going to close out the tournament here, or is Silco going to fight and force a decider? Let's find out.
I am the light.
Valorian for Darkrow, Silco Stormbringer. Elfbringer. We've got a lot of Crystal Elf for Silco here. Darkrow has switched to play a similar deck to what Silco was playing in the last one. We've got a lot of Empyrean units. So Valorian's perk 1, Searing Light, is going to be really useful to remove the back line. Right, Silco's playing Rimagal. His minions will be spawning frozen from those 2 hand slots next to Rimagal. 2 closest ones. He's got an awkward hand here. He's going to have to play something that doesn't give him any credit towards the defrost. The Arcanist with the AoE going down's kind of painful for Silco. Okay, so he's watching here. He wants the Ardera to die and shield everything around it. Looks like that's going to happen. This is going to be a lot of damage coming out from Darkrow here. Suddenly that Shield Guard is going to get a Divine Shield Oh, that's a mistake from Silco. He kind of had to go for it, but I think that's going to be all she wrote here. One huge Ardera supported push. Silco's at 200 HP, 80 HP, 36 HP. And Darkrow takes the game 4 super quickly with one huge push. And he is now the tournament winner. That's back-to-back events. Very well played to him. Wow. Okay, so we saw that Silco in that final game was playing Rimagal. He needed to play for the late game to get Rimagal defrosted and out on the field, but didn't get anywhere near it. Kind of got an unlucky hand at one point with the 2 defrost slots were cards that he didn't want to spawn, so he had to go outside of those slots and then get no credit towards the defrost. But ultimately, a huge push from Ardera. She died. She enraged everything. She gave, of course, the Divine Shield to anything Empyrean that was close to her, and that was just all she wrote. So very well played there to both players. But Darkrow is the tournament winner again. Can he be beaten in the next one? We'll find out. Don't forget, we have these 1v1 and 2v2 play overtime events every month. They start with a new patch. When the patch drops, you have a week to sign up. How does the play overtime work? You get 3 days to complete each of your matches. So hopefully they're super convenient, where you can play around your real life restrictions and that of your opponents. And of course, they are open to everyone of all ability. So great to have anyone and everyone there. Guaranteed prizes for all. So that's it. Set on the brain. Darkrow is the winner. We will, of course, also have our 2v2 tournament action as well, dropping here in the YouTube soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the action. We've got tournament action, we've got patch notes, we've got meta videos, we've got 2.0 update. We've got so much stuff here. So if you love Minion Masters, this is a great place to get all of your information. And always happy to have you here. Let me know in the comments you got any questions, any queries, anything you want to discuss. Always happy to have a discussion with anyone there. And as always, I'm bad as a fish, and I'm awkwardly waving.